welcome back. So I began the show cautioning not to fumble the bag. Those are warnings for those who, of course, are going to receive the greatest wealth transfer ever. And those also, though, who want to be on the giving part of that, especially people who are desperate to make up for lost time. Think about this. The hottest stock in the market right now, NVIDIA. On Wall Street, they call it the picks and shovels play of artificial intelligence. So that allows me to share a really interesting cautionary tale with you from a man who actually created the picks and shovel mythology, Samuel Brannan. He was a high-ranking member of the Mormon Church. He was based on the East Coast. He was actually tasked with bringing fellow members to the settlement in Utah. Brannan decided, okay, you know what? Everyone else is sort of in the middle of the country. Let's take the ocean route. And they traveled on this ship called Brooklyn. And this is a crazy journey. It was long, arduous. Everyone suffered, except for Brannan, who lived lavishly on board, right? A little bit of a selfish guy. They get to San Francisco, and the members get there, they're beat, they're tired. They say, you know what, we don't want to go to Utah. We want to stay here. So, okay. So a little bit of time goes by, and then on May 12th, 1848, Brannan, he's racing through town. He's carrying a jar of gold flakes, and he's shouting, gold! Gold from the American River! And that did it. That sparked it, the start of the great California gold rush. Here's the thing, though, okay? During the weeks leading up to that moment, Brannan had actually bought every single pick, shovel, and pan in the entire territory. Bought it all. Paid about 20 cents each for each item, and on average, he sold them for about 15 bucks each. He created this whole thing. His windfall was $36,000. Again, though, 1840, that's a lot of money. This dude was great at making money. He actually made another $49,000 from the Mexican government later, helping them to expel Frenchmen from their land. Here's the thing, though. Despite these windfalls, Brannan passed away. He didn't even have enough money for a funeral. His body laid unclaimed at a county receiving vault for a year till someone accidentally recognized it, just by chance. They said, oh, whoa. So he fumbled the bag a couple of times. So I think it's a good cautionary tale because today baby boomers are 20% of the nation's population, 52% of the nation's wealth. But however, many aren't positioned to leave the kind of cash that they would like to leave as part of the legacy. So I'm proud to say that we've got some guests with us who've all been readers of the book Unbreakable Investor, also use our educational program, and they've just decided to join us here in studio. First, let me welcome engineer and farm owner Niels Dybro with us. Niels Dybro, retired school teacher Kathy Jerwin, and retired engineer Jim Myers. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you all came and to share your experiences. And first of all, you've all read the book. You've all taken the educational courses. Let me start at the end, Kathy. When you think about wealth generation, doing better, first of all, the apprehensions that you may have had and the motivation from your family, your parents, and also the kids, your kids and grandkids.
When we invested our money, we decided to take it away from the firm because it wasn't working well. And I decided that maybe I needed to look into something else. My son started calling me and talking to me about his stock trades all the time, but I didn't understand the language he was talking about with it all. And I was listening to your shows, and I found your book and read it, and I was so excited because I could not only understand Adam, but I could understand that, and I could start trading stocks myself.
The motivation of your family now, at the point that you're at now, you're able to. You've been pretty successful, mm-hmm. and you're thinking about later on how to leave something, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. We have grandchildren and children, and we're doing our best to do the investment so they'll have something for themselves too.
Jim, share your experience with this.
Yeah, Charles. So, like a lot of people, when the pandemic hit, we saw our assets go down quite significantly, and we had an advisor who we are no longer with at this point call us and say, you should go to all cash. And my wife said, why now? Jim, I want you to take care of it. And so that put me on the spot a little bit. I had done some investing in the past, but didn't have really the knowledge. And I was watching this show, saw about your book, got your book, and started taking classes. And I think that really gave me the knowledge and the skills and the confidence to do it on my own. And I've improved my returns
You've been
quite
doing pretty
significantly.
good.
Yeah.
In the future, we're talking about the greatest wealth transfer ever. How important is it now that you understand knowledge is a critical piece of all of this? That in addition to handing over, whatever money you're able to hand over, that somehow you also pass this knowledge on too.
Right. Well, we have 2 children that are grown. They're doing quite well. We have tried to we're not only thinking about passing assets to them, but growing up, we taught them the value of hard work and saving and investing themselves.
Right.
And so, there are numerous things there that we want to pass along to them. So,
Niels, your father was a farmer.
That's correct.
So you knew from day one the value of hard work.
Very much so.
Right. And of course, though, hard work is just not enough anymore to stay, even to meet daily obligations, let alone have anything left over. So let's talk about your journey a little bit.
Yeah. Like you said, my dad was a farmer, and so were my uncles and everyone we lived around. And I saw how they were working really hard, and that motivated me to become an engineer so that I could create better tools for the farmer and better equipment for them. And I spent 22 and a half years working for John Deere.
Did you deliberately go try and work for John Deere?
Yes.
Really? That's amazing. Yeah, no, it's admirable. Yeah, you grew up on a farm. You knew what was needed. You knew, where the opportunities were, and you committed to it.
Yep. They even sponsored my master's degree.
So talk about your investing journey.
As I worked, I also put money aside in my 401k and making sure that I maximized the return that I could get from that. And then as time went by, I got more interested in investing in stocks. I saw your show and I got your book. And you say in there that you should invest in things you know. So I started applying your principles and invested in stocks related to agriculture and food production. And I have now amassed a decent nest egg that my wife and I can enjoy.
And as far as the greatest transfer of wealth, you making plans on that yet?
We are working on that at the moment. We are in the process of looking into putting our assets in trusts so that we can have an easy and low tax scenario in transferring the wealth to our children.
Kathy, if someone now, someone were to ask you about the stock market, they're a little bit intimidated because the question I always get, Kathy, and I've always gotten from day one is, I'm afraid of the stock market. It's not for me. It's so funny because they'll often come up to me with a Nike T-shirt, a John Deere hat. Like everything they've got is publicly traded. Like, I don't know anything about it. I'm not in the market. I'm like, my man, you're in the market. You're making someone a lot of money, too. How do you help people now make that first step?
I have told them that when I've read your book and how easy it is to understand, and when you follow rules and you read and you follow those rules,
yeah,
anybody can do this.
That's a great point. That's a great point, Jim. The rules are important, and what's really frustrating sometimes is the rules don't always seem like they're working. Right? Because the market is emotional. Short term, the market has nothing to do. Could have nothing to do with fundamentals. It could be all emotions. It could be just like a large chunk of this market, maybe even today. So, is that your idea too? Like, hey, I'm a professional. I'm going to stick with the rules because ultimately we know what works.
Well, I really like your optimism, and so you're in it for the long haul. You can't look at just today or tomorrow. The 3 pillars of investing that you have in your book, I think, are really key. It's not just the one. It's the fundamentals, it's the technicals, and the behavioral.
Niels?
Yeah, on the technicals, one of the things that I have paid attention to is what is happening in the world at the moment, and how can we then look at that and use that in our strategy. For example, here in March, we had the episode with the dolly hitting the Keys Bridge in Baltimore, and you saw tons of Maersk containers on there, and I could see that that holding on mine was just catering.
Right.
So I went in and looked at, well, what is my exposure here? And found that the only thing they had for exposure was that they had chartered the ship.
Right.
So there was nothing there, so I went in and...
So you bought the dip.
I bought the dip.
Niels, Jim, Kathy, thank you all very, very much. Really appreciate it. By the way, folks, the financial sector has been powerful, but so has the entire market. So I want to offer everyone out there a copy of the book, Unbreakable Investor. Everyone watching at home, It's free. You cover the shipping. The book is free. Go to unbreakableinvestor.com right now to claim your copy.